Welcome back everyone to Just Getting Started. I'm your host, Devin Watkins, professional 3D environment artist and 3D modeler. Alright, so in our last video, we did UV mapping for these bottom two. And we're going to hit 3 again so that they don't look as pointy and spiky as they did before. We UV mapped these in our UV editor. Now as a refresh, if you don't remember how to do that, because it's been some time between videos for you, just come up here to UV, hit UV editor, and it should bring up right here. Now it should bring up two windows, a UV editor and a UV toolkit. If it only brings up this one, UV editor, that's fine. Just come down into tools, show UV toolkit, and it'll be right there. If it pops out as a window, that's totally fine. You can just drag and drop until you see this blue line, and it'll pop back into place. If you drag and point and there is no blue line, it's because this top right hand locked button is blue. You want to unlock it, and then it should be easy enough to fix this. Okay, in our last video we UV mapped these guys. So if we go into Edge, we UV mapped them into these two kind of pieces, making it super simple and easier to get stuff done. That's fine, perfectly fine, and it turned out great. Now we're going to move into the post and lintel. Now here's the harder part. What makes this difficult is because it's a more complex shape. It's not as simple as, oh hey, you can do just a basic one line and then boom, you're good to go, like a cylinder or a sphere or a box. It's not that simple. What we could do here is we could have all of this selected. We could just do Edge, hit number 4, and then select all of it. And if we wanted to, we could just come up here to UV and hit automatic. Oh, I guess I can't. I wonder if I need to be face. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, actually, that's my fault. I need to just select that and not anything else. Come in here and automatic. And we could just go off of this, where it produces all of these lines. Remember, all of the white lines are the UV cuts or seams that you would see per object. Now personally, I don't really want to see this many white lines for the reason of this. When you first walk up to the gate, you're going to see a weird awkward cut right here with a box, and none of this is going to flow right. And it'll just look awful. So we're not going to do that. We are going to get rid of all of that and do it ourselves. We're going to select all of this with Edge. We're going to come here and we're going to hit so, and it's going to look weird. That's fine. Ignore this portion for now. We will work on it on this side. Alright. So here we go. We'll start with the top and work our way down because that's the easiest way. We'll focus right here in the center. Now, we're going to hit 1 so that we can see our edges perfectly. Now, when UV mapping boxes, sorry about all the noise. When you UV map boxes, think of them as dice, or in elementary school, or for all of my international fans and viewers, I'm sorry, I don't remember what it's called. Grade school, perhaps? When you're about 8 or 9, in the United States, we had this math class where we would have a flat sheet of paper with 6 sides, and they were outlined really long with 2 sides on each end, a bit like a cross, and you would fold them at each intersection and bend them together to make a cube. It was really cool, super awesome. The concept applies here as well. But instead of one cube, we have many. So we're just going to take this one step at a time. In fact, I'm going to close the UV editor and just keep the UV toolkit up, because I don't really want to see that side yet, because I want to have a higher viewpoint here for you guys. Okay, so we're going to start right here in the center, and I'm going to start where it connects. So if I can double click, hit 4, just that one edge, I knew it, and I'm going to want to select just the edge that runs the top of this centerpiece. Now if I hit 4, the orange is what's highlighted. I just want the top of that as well as the bottom portion. And these are where we're going to be putting our lines, our cuts, our seams. The analogy I used last time was when you're folding a present for your birthday or for Christmas or for any other holiday, and where you fold the paper over the present, you get a crease or a bend in the paper. That bend is what we call a seam, and that seam is what we are outlining in this program in Maya. Is we're telling the program where we want the seams to be so that it can better establish where to adhere color on our model. 5. We're going to come over here and hit cut and off select. Hit 4 again. Oh, I don't think it worked. Cut. Ooh, don't think it did. I wonder if we need UV editor up and running. Oh, yes we do. Shameful on me. Okay, so if you want to see the white lines, you have to have the UV editor up. So we'll keep it up, but I want to minimize it as best I can. Okay, so forget these white lines on top. If you recall, the top of this is hollow, so the white line is already there, indicating that there's no face going across the top of this, which is fine. That's exactly what we want. Now I'm going to do this exact same thing over here on this edge, because in real life this edge isn't going to blend perfectly with the post. It's going to be cut off because we put wood through wood or steel through steel. Like, it's not occupying the same space. Therefore we have to tell the program, hey, put a seam here, put a cut here, because in real life there would be a cut in texture, whereas this top one might be a brighter red because it was painted recently, or it was assembled with a different color. I gotta make sure I select just that portion. Nope, not what I wanted. Deselect. We seem to have a problem there. Let's hit 4. So we've got that side, and we've got those two sides. Let's leave those now and do cut. Just that we have our white indicators. Cool. I'm going to come back over here, hit 5, and figure out why in particular I can't select that. Now, people may not be seeing it, but I've noticed this. Right hand click vertex face. Well, what do you know? It's just a single face. User error, guys. User error. That happens quite a bit. Just gotta go around, select all of them now. Hit 4 to make sure I've got the right thing selected. Yep, all orange. Come and hit cut. Deselect. Perfect, all whites. Okay, so these are our seams where they would cut in pieces. And be all good. Now we're gonna tackle the seams up here. Now again, oh, apologize, voice went kind of weird. Now again, remember that we designed this and modeled this particularly with a gap here, so that our beam can rest in this groove. Now all we gotta do is just follow the line around this beam with our selection tool to make sure that we get every side nice and good. Click, yep, and double click this side, good job, back out a little, double click, hit 4 just to check, and that whole section, good. Now we're gonna hit cut, cool. So the reason I did a cut here is two things. One, this is not going to be visible to the player because we have an object sitting in that groove. So that's practically as if it's never ever going to be seen from the viewer, so that's a good spot to hide a seam. Two, if you've ever seen a freshly, I'm going to say milled, I don't know if that's the right term, a freshly milled log. The outside of a log once the bark has been stripped away, and the inside of the log have two distinctly different visual appearances. The outside of the log has knots and little bumps and kind of a bit of grooves. The inside of the log where it's cut has those rings. And because I decided to select this portion out, it's because this is going to have the rings, whereas in the outside is going to have the normal texture and color of wood. Or if we decide to use this as plastic or vinyl, we can. But I'm going to go with wood for the time being. Oh, apologies. I'm starting to lose my voice, and I hope I don't completely lose it while I'm going through this video. Okay, let's go into the other side. We can zoom out, come back in, hit 5 again to make sure we got stuff done, and follow the groove. Double clicking as you go to make sure that you have the entire edge selected. And hit 4 just to verify. Good to go. Come over here on the left hand side under cut and sew, hit cut. Cut tells me I want a seam here, and those are our current seams. Now that's looking pretty good. Now we need to seam the top of these. Now it's best practice for cubes to seam the edges, or to put a seam at an edge. So ideally we'd want one here. Ideally that'd be perfect. In our regard, that is perfect, because the person's viewpoint is going to be walking through and they won't even notice this top seam. They just won't. It just won't occur to them that that's a thing. And that's perfect. So for this one, because we have an empty side here, instead of this being a 6-sided box, it is a 5-sided box. So we can do this really simple. It's my favorite thing to do. We're going to tag this line right here, this edge. Come over here, tag this edge. Come down, tag this corner edge and this corner edge, and hit cut. Then hit 4. Alright, and what this does is when it's pulled apart, these top faces will fold out and then fold out again, and you'll wind up with this one bending here and this side bending here, and you'll get this really elongated T. In fact, I could show you just grabbing these guys and hit unfold. Oh, but it doesn't really look too good as it's being connected over here. In fact, why is it being connected? It shouldn't be connected at all. Oh, it's because I didn't select these. That is my fault. Oh, there we go. Cool, there we go. Now hit unfold. Alright, you see that? It's a really elongated T. And this is the edge that's connected to here, to the post. This is perfect, exactly what we want. Okay, I'm not quite gonna keep it at unfolded because I want to follow the same stuff over here. Same placement applies on the top. Just go across both sides. You don't have to worry about the bottom because it'll fold off and fold in half. Oh, excuse me. In fact, for the top one, if you wanted to, make it a little easier for you, you don't have to do both sides. You can, it'll be simpler. But a nice easy way is you can actually just do this edge, just that one edge right there, and hit cut. And what that will do is it'll cut this and unravel it so that I can show you. We'll just get a demonstration here. Put this into play. Come back into this guy. Oh, actually, connect these guys, select those guys, and then select these guys. Whoop! Hello, too far. Then select these guys. Did I select anything on here? I did. That is okay. I don't want you. Whoa! I apologize. I'm jumping all around the place. And I don't need to. Okay, and then click unfold. And what you get is this nice long break here. I'm still holding on somewhere. Ah, there we go. Unfold. Awesome. What you get here is you get this empty box for where this post is sitting. Super easy. Nice and simple stuff. Not a problem. So there's our line just across the top. Great. Alright, now we repeat the same thing over here. No harm, no foul. Make it nice and easy. Oh, too far again. Oh, silly me. Gotta get to edge. Edge mode there. Edge mode there. Hit F to recenter, because I like to recenter. Keeps me focused. Do this edge, come over here, do this edge. Hit cut. And hit 4. Nice. Perfect. Same as over here. Perfect, perfect. We're doing so good. Alright. Now, for the top one here. Oh, it looks like I moved that whole object at some point. That is okay. Come back here. Whoa. I guess we didn't move the post. Did we move these? Ooh, what happened? What did we do? Let's get these back into place. I probably moved them out of place, and that was not smart of me. That's okay. Slowly just set it back. Alright. Seems a little better, don't you agree? Yeah, now we have this awful setup. So I'm going to take all of these, edit, delete all by type, history, modify, freeze transformations. That way they're all set to 0 here. In case I move them again, I can just go in and set them to 0. Alright, hit edge, hit 4, hit 5. Okay, so we've done the top one here, the top one here, top one here, all these sides. Perfect. Now we're going to do this center one here. That's like that. I'll leave that for when we finish the top two. Okay, so we'll call that a video for now. Hope you guys were able to follow along. I know I kind of sped through them. Feel free to go back and watch my videos or turn down the speed to suit your learning curve. But thank you so much for joining me on just getting started. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, cookies, quesadillas, I would love to hear them. I do accept food, but that'd be kind of weird. So if you got any comments, questions, you can put them down in the comments section below and I will be sure to answer them. See you next time. Cheers, everyone.